Alrighty, ladies, this is your measurement deciphering text with all those numbers I sent you. Okay, we're going to be quick and brief with this. I want to cover a lot of information real fast. So, everybody knows they got their weight. This person's weight's at 194.5 pounds. The BF underneath the weight, that is the body fat percentage. Okay, she's at 38.45%. The FM abbreviation below that is the fat mass. The math on her weight and her body fat percentage equates out to 76.7 pounds of fat. LM below it, lean mass, she's got 122.8 pounds of all the good stuff. So, now, I know y'all probably heard about, calorie counting, and we're not going to get into calorie counting, even though it kind of looks like it with all these numbers, but we will talk about grams, because grams do equate out the calories, but they're easier to manage because it's a smaller number, and it's easier to base your eating plan off of that. So now, what I did is based off this person's calorie range is from 12 to 1600 calories. Now it's based off their lean mass, which these three numbers up top: carbs, proteins, and fats. The protein is all at 120 all the way down. Now the carbs and fat change depending on the percentages, but this is just a range. So if you guys, this is a base level. If y'all have an electronic device that actually calculates your total calories burned for the day, send that to me, and that number, if you have like a Fitbit or an Apple Watch, and we can do a better job of setting your calories better. Now this is just kind of standard, but it works for most people. So now up here, like I said, carbs, protein, and fat, that's CPF. This first one, 40% of your calories are coming from carbs, 30% from protein, 30% from fat. Okay, this is the one that I suggest for most people because it's more sustainable, and it works better in terms of how our food system and supplementation products are set up. So now, the 1600 is 1600 calories. That's 160 grams of carbs, 120 grams of protein, 53 grams of fat. Now, I don't go into detail about like carbs, for example. You should have around 30 grams of fiber. So in actual reality, it looks like a big number, but if you take out the fiber, your body can't absorb that. So it's really like 130 grams of net carbs. So, that'll be more in detail, which we'll learn as the weeks and months go on. This one here, 30% from carbs, 40% from protein, 30% from fat, 1,200 calories, 90 grams of carbs, 120 grams of protein, 40 grams of fat. Okay? And then the low carb option is 20%. 20% of your calories come from carbs. It's at 1,200 calories as well. 60 grams of carbs, 120 grams of protein, and 53 grams of fat. Okay, so now if you're doing I know everybody loves the low carb nutrition plan, or they do no carb at all. There is issues with this if you do this long term, especially as a female. So if you are doing that, let me know, and we'll see. I'll tell you guys what the problem is with it. And two big things are fiber and micronutrient deficiencies. So fiber is really big on for gut health and GI tract health. So, but definitely on training days, you guys can be up here if you're doing intermittent fasting or certain type of cleansing days. It can be obviously less than these, which we'll learn what those are in the next coming weeks. But most days of the week, I wouldn't drop below 1,200 calories, at least for this person, because in terms of like long-term health, you'll cause more problems with that. So, okay, guys, so I will send you some other videos following, explaining everything, and I'll talk to you guys here in a second.